AITAH for asking my ex-SIL to stop coming to my mother's house and that she's not invited to the family gatherings? Long story short, 11 years ago my brother divorced his wife, Paula. No one cheated on anyone, but they argued a lot and my brother decided to divorce. My brother has been married to Eliza for plus 5 years and they have 2 children together. My brother did not have any children with Paula. My mother knew Paula since she was a toddler, since she and my brother did the whole kindergarten/school life together. When they were married, Paula went to my mother's house all the time because they got really close. The problem is that when my brother divorced her, Paula continued to go to my mother's house even when my brother had already gotten married. My brother told our mother many times that she should stop inviting Paula, and my mother just ignored him and said that Paula is still part of the family. They had a lot of arguments about it because my brother was really uncomfortable around her when our mom invited her to the family gatherings. Sometimes my mother would invite me and Eliza to have a tea, and when we arrived Paula would be there. It was quite uncomfortable since my mother always made it obvious that she preferred Paula as a daughter-in-law, and Paula never tried to silence my mother when she made those kinds of comments. It was always me and my siblings shutting her up. Paula had a lot of trust with my mother, so she used to come to the house unannounced. Sometimes I would wake me up. My house is on the same land as my mother's house and we share the garden, and Paula would be in the pool. She would even sneak into the house unannounced when my mother wasn't around. Many times I was frightened, thinking that a thief had broken in. That said, the problem starts when my mother passes away a few weeks ago. My siblings and I inherited the main house, and since we all have a house and none of us wants to move there, we just decided to leave that one as a guest house or for when my nephews comes to see me. Paula has one of the keys to the house, so I went to visit her to ask for her to return it to me since she now has no need to go now that my mother is gone. When I asked Paula to give me back the key, she was offended and said that in my mother's eyes she was a daughter too, and I told her that in the eyes of the will she's not, so she should give me the key. She kept insisting, so I just took the key out of her hands and also informed her to please don't show up again for birthdays or Christmas because my brother doesn't feel comfortable. Paula always knew that my brother wasn't comfortable. My brother had even asked her to stop going when he was there with his family and she refused. Paula began to cry and told me that she's mourning too and I am being cruel by taking away the only thing that united her to my mother, the flowers in the garden, and that my mother would be upset with my brothers and me for this decision of leaving Paula alone in this moment. Honestly, I felt guilty, but I really don't see the point in letting her into the house now that my mom is gone, and I've always felt uncomfortable seeing her around the garden uninvited. Info: Paula doesn't want flowers or anything like that. She wants to keep going to the house and garden. She has books or clothes that my mother gave her when she was still alive, and she can go visit her at the cemetery whenever she wants. Paula has parents. She wasn't an adopted daughter for my mother or anything like that. My mother didn't mention her anywhere in the will. AITAH?